Jon Blachowicz refractor. Ooh, Jon Jones. That's card too. That's a shot. Look at that card. That's a very special card. It's like the king. That's nasty. Greatest fighter in the world. You got a Jon Jones card that looks like a king. Are you kidding me right now? Everybody wants to fight on that card. And that's a good thing because we're going to put on the best card we've ever done for that White House event.
Holy shit,
imagine, just think about what I'm going to do for this fight, and then think about what Trump is going to do for this fight. You know what I mean? It's going to be it's a one-of-one experience. Like when we did the Sphere, it's the Sphere on steroids. I mean, it's going to be a one-of-one event. There'll be nothing like it.
Dana White has unveiled what he's calling the baddest card on earth, yet the sport's biggest name, Jon Jones, might not even be part of it. This unfolds into the dramatic Jon Jones White House Card saga, a story packed with more twists than a championship fight. It all began over 18 months ago when British heavyweight Tom Aspinall started calling out Jones for a unification bout. Aspinall claimed the interim heavyweight title in November 2023 while Jones was sidelined with an injury and went on to successfully defend it in July 2024.
Jon Jones scared to fight you.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, the thing with Jon is conning public.
Oh. And Logan Paul, it's his favorite fighter.
Yeah. Oh, is it really? Well, listen. I mean, he's definitely top three. He's definitely top three. Absolutely. I'm not disputing that he's an enemy.
Jones seemed completely uninterested. Despite holding the undisputed championship, Bones repeatedly dismissed Tom Aspinall as unworthy, instead preferring legacy bouts against aging legends like Stipe Miocic. Jones even took to social media, insisting that Aspinall hadn't accomplished enough to earn
Who's next big heavyweight star?
Tom Aspinall, the guy who just won the interim title. He's phenomenal.
He's the fastest, quickest, most powerful heavyweight on the planet.
And the true champion of this weight class is Tom Aspinall, and it's not even debatable.
The UFC community was divided. Some believed Jon Jones was ducking a dangerous young contender, while others felt he was simply choosing his battles wisely at 38. The tension peaked when Jones defeated Miocic at UFC 309 in November 2024 and then held onto his title for months without defending it against the clear next challenger. Then came the bombshell. In June 2025, after months of speculation and growing pressure, Dana White announced at a press conference in Baku, Azerbaijan, that Jon Jones had officially retired from MMA and relinquished his heavyweight title, stating, "Jon has decided to hang up the gloves. He's accomplished everything he set out to do."
Take the title away from you. Jon Jones called us last night and retired. Jon Jones is officially retired. Tom Aspinall is the heavyweight champion of the UFC.
The MMA world was left in shock as the sport's greatest fighter walked away without ever facing his most legitimate challenger. Tom Aspinall was immediately elevated to undisputed heavyweight champion, finally receiving the recognition he had long deserved. But the story took a dramatic twist. Jones's retirement came suspiciously close to reports of legal troubles, including an alleged hit-and-run incident in which he was suspected of driving under the influence, sparking debate over whether his exit was truly about legacy or avoiding consequences. Just as fans thought the Jon Jones chapter had closed, President Donald Trump dropped a bombshell, announcing a historic UFC event to be held on the White House grounds on July 4, 2026, in celebration of America's 250th Independence Day, declaring, "We're going to have the most incredible UFC event right here at the White House. It's going to be tremendous."
Fight. We're gonna have a UFC fight. Think of this on the grounds of the White House. We have a lot of land there. We're gonna build a little. We're not. Dana's gonna do it. Dana's great, one of a kind. We're gonna have a UFC fight, championship fight, full fight, like 20, 25,000 people. And we're going to do that as part of 250 also. We're going to have some incredible events, some professional events, some amateur events, but the UFC fight's going to be a big deal.
The announcement sent shockwaves through the combat sports world, and within days, retired fighters began coming out of the woodwork. Conor McGregor was among the first, posting on social media about his desire to fight in the White House garden, joking about the Oval Office as his arena. But the most shocking response came from Jon Jones himself. The newly retired champion had a sudden change of heart, re-entered the UFC's drug testing pool, and declared his intention to fight on the historic White House card, stating, "Fighting at the White House gives me something deeper to fight for. Fighting for my country gives me greater purpose."
I was retired. I felt like I was at a place where I've done it all in the MMA space, and felt like there wasn't too many more challenges for me, and I just wanted to do something more than championships and money. And Donald Trump mentioned that he wanted to have a fight at the White House Garden, and that just seems like such a huge opportunity. I'm a very proud American. I have a lot of close friends that are in the military, and this is my act of I can't call it service, but just to be able to entertain the country and the world at this level at the White House, it just means the world to me. So I'm back.
Dana White was initially ecstatic about the possibility, even suggesting that his dream main event for the historic White House card would be Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall, the long-awaited unification fight fans had been demanding. Everything seemed to be falling perfectly into place. At a press conference following UFC 316, White appeared to deliver the moment fans had been waiting for, announcing multiple mega fights for the White House card and declaring, "Jon Jones has agreed to fight Tom Aspinall. The fight's going to happen. I guarantee it."
We don't know if he was serious. Is he not serious? Is he not retired anymore? Is he back?
You jump back in the pool, so.
Really?
Yeah.
Officially?
Oh, yeah.
Because they're not going to want to miss something like this. How sick is that for you that now you kind of got this White House event for them, and it's like, I feel like this is what brings...
No matter who popped up or who didn't or whatever, we would have put on an incredible card. But the fact that literally everybody wants to fight on this card, it makes it a lot more fun.
What would be the dream main event?
The dream main event right now would be Aspinall versus Jones.
At the White House.
Any main event.
Possible that McGregor and Jones would fight on the same card?
Could be.
White also revealed that a blockbuster matchup between Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler was being targeted for the same card, and suddenly the pieces were falling perfectly into place for what he promised would be the baddest card of all time. Fans were ecstatic. After years of anticipation, they were finally getting Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall on the grandest stage imaginable. The White House card was shaping up to be a once-in-a-lifetime spectacle destined to make combat sports history.
Chandler said, "Hey man, you've been crystal clear that this is a main event." And he said, "Well, no. So was it 3 rounds or 5?" He goes, "Well, it's funny you ask." He said, "It's 5. Conor wanted it to be 3. Love when Conor does stuff like that. When he shows the real him, when the real him pops his head up and looks around a little bit, the him that wants to win. You don't come in off a layoff and into 5-round situations. Just don't do that. Conor didn't get it. It's going to be 5 rounds. That leans to the idea that it is, in fact, a main event. It's what Chandler told me. I think it's a main event, and here's why. It's 5 rounds. But we know they don't always do that. And I like the story that Conor wanted it to be 3. That's smart. That's responsible. I love when Conor does smart, responsible things.
But just when everything seemed perfect, Dana White stunned the MMA world by pulling the rug out from under everyone. At the UFC 318 post-fight press conference in New Orleans, he was asked directly whether Jon Jones would headline the White House card, and his response was brutal and definitive. "You know how I feel about him. I can't risk putting him in big positions in a big spot and have something go wrong, especially not on the White House card."
Even about him winning the belt, I felt about him. I can't risk putting him in big positions in a big spot and have something go wrong, especially the White House card.
White's reasoning was crystal clear. Jon Jones's long history of controversies, failed drug tests, and last-minute withdrawals made him far too unreliable for an event of such prestige. The UFC CEO pointed to Jones's track record of forcing entire events to be relocated, causing fight cancellations, and creating promotional nightmares. The examples were endless. Jones once refused a short-notice fight against Chael Sonnen, leading to the unprecedented cancellation of UFC 151. He had been stripped of titles multiple times over legal issues and positive drug tests, and most recently, his sudden retirement conveniently aligned with serious legal trouble.
I talk trash about the guy. It's for the character Jon Jones. The actual Jon Jones that I've been around, he is such a gentleman. But then the character that he plays, I don't like it. I think it's a little over the top.
Jones responded on social media, expressing his disappointment, but vowed to keep training and stay ready, though his plea fell on deaf ears. So, where does that leave us? Dana White is pressing forward with the White House card, working closely with President Trump's team to finalize what he promises will be the most significant combat sports event in history. The card is expected to showcase top-tier talent, with Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler still likely to headline, while Tom Aspinall, now the undisputed heavyweight champion, may end up facing an entirely different opponent.
Everybody's seen it. UFC undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Moving forward, very, very important to me just to acknowledge everybody quickly who has supported me in this. I'm not going to say it was a tough time, but a bit of a challenging time over like the last kind of 10, 11 months that I have been inactive due to no fault of my own. But luckily, that is all behind us now. Massively appreciate the support from everybody. Massively appreciate the support going forward. I am going to keep this thing as active as possible. I want to be the best heavyweight ever to walk the face of the earth. I'm going to defend this thing as many times as I possibly can. I'm going to keep you guys entertained now. I'm going to really give back to everybody who has shown me support over the last year, over the last 5 years, over the last 10 years. Really appreciate the support and love from everybody. And we're going to see an active defending UFC heavyweight undisputed champion going forward. Thank you guys. I'll speak to you soon.
Meanwhile, Jon Jones remains in the UFC's testing pool, continuing to train and hoping for a change of heart from his longtime promoter, but Dana White appears unwavering in his stance, insisting the risk is simply too great for such a historic event. Other fighters rumored for the White House card include Max Holloway, fresh off a successful BMF title defense, and even the possibility of a long-awaited rubber match between Conor McGregor and Nate Diaz. What began as a straightforward retirement has evolved into one of the most convoluted sagas in UFC history, with Jon Jones transforming from retired legend to comeback hopeful to persona non grata in just a matter of months.
Yo, slide wish you all very happy 4th of July. You safe feeling no one lost. And fingers made up. Good. You know.
The irony is undeniable. The fighter widely regarded as the greatest of all time may be left out of the biggest card in history because of his own actions outside the octagon. Will Dana White eventually reconsider? Can Jon Jones prove he's reliable enough to reclaim his spot on the sport's grandest stage? Or will the White House card make history without its most controversial superstar? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain. In the unpredictable world of Jon Jones and the UFC, you can always expect the unexpected. That's all for tonight's MMA Central News. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. But before we go, Jon Jones just delivered the most savage response to Dana White after being given a 2-week ultimatum, firing back with a message that will leave fans stunned, and Tom Aspinall has just leaked his next fight announcement, and it's not what anyone expected.
Jones has never turned down an opponent here or been afraid to fight anybody.
So if, for instance, he doesn't fight this guy, who would you like to see him fight, or are you going to wait until he fights this guy?
I don't know. We'll see how this thing plays out over the next couple weeks. But yeah, if we can't get this fight done, we'll move on quickly.
I was going to say, Dana, my last thought on that. How long are you going to wait? I mean, how long is it worth waiting for?
I said a couple weeks.
Couple weeks?
Yeah, we'll have answers in the next couple weeks.
Plus, Tom Aspinall just leaked his next fight announcement, and it's nothing like what fans were expecting. Meanwhile, Jon Jones is sending a clear message to the entire UFC: I'm untouchable. What he said next will leave your jaw on the floor. This saga is about to get absolutely insane, and the ending will blow your mind. Don't click away, because this is the most explosive UFC drama of 2025, and Jon Jones has just changed everything. As he put it in his latest statement, echoing what he's hinted at on other media outlets, this is only the beginning.
Well, this is not an exclusive. I said this before. Yeah, other media outlets. I've got a fight coming up soon, so I can't say anything else other than that, really.
You said that Jon agreed to fight Tom, yeah?
Jon agreed to fight Tom?
Is that what you just said there?
before, like on the last answer, you said
John agreed to fight Tom, yes.
so he hasn't signed the contract yet.
Right. Yeah.
So that's
I mean, you guys have heard me for the last however long. I said, I guarantee you this fight's going to happen. This fight's going to happen. Fight's going to happen. You guys told me the crazy shit that was going on Instagram and all these other places. But yes, I've been saying John is going to fight Tom.
There are some rumors out there that you guys had offered him his you money and he turned it down.
Unless you hear it come from here, or we put out a press release. Don't believe any of this bullshit. Yes, John agreed to fight.
Dana White recently went public, claiming that Jon Jones had agreed to fight interim heavyweight champion Tom Aspinall, insisting that Jones had accepted the deal and was ready to unify the heavyweight titles. But now, things have taken a dramatic turn. Jones is pushing back hard against these claims, launching a series of social media posts that directly challenge both the UFC and Aspinall. In his most telling message, Jones wrote, "I've never claimed to be the best, but somehow I keep ending up with my hand raised," a statement that left his critics fuming. He then doubled down with another post, declaring, "And remember, you can't strip a guy like me at this point. I give the belt up freely," even signing off with the Latin phrase veni, vidi, vici alongside a kiss emoji. This was Jones essentially telling Dana White, asterisk, "You don't control me." Asterisk clearly frustrated, White appears to be losing patience, issuing what seems like an ultimatum on the Jim Rome show, saying, "We'll see how this thing plays out over the next couple of weeks. If we can't get this fight done, we'll move on quickly. We'll have answers in the next couple of weeks." This is massive. Dana White has essentially given Jon Jones a 2-week deadline to make a decision. The UFC boss even admitted, "You can't make people fight. If Jon doesn't want to fight, you can't make him fight." But then things went absolutely insane. Just hours after White's ultimatum, Jones fired back on social media with a savage post. "And remember, you can't strip a guy like me at this point. I give the belt up freely. Veni, vidi, vici." With that single message, Jones effectively told the most powerful man in MMA that he's untouchable. The Latin phrase veni, vidi, vici means, "I came, I saw, I conquered." And that kiss emoji? That's Jones literally blowing a kiss at Dana White's ultimatum, cementing his status as the sport's most defiant superstar.
Opponent here, or been afraid to fight anybody.
So if, for instance, he doesn't fight this guy, who would you like to see him fight? Or are you going to wait until he fights this guy?
I don't know. We'll see how this thing plays out over the next couple weeks. But yeah, if we can't get this fight done, we'll move on quickly.
I was going to say, Dana, my last thought on that. How long are you going to wait? I mean, how long is it worth waiting for?
I said a couple weeks.
Couple weeks?
Yeah, we'll have answers in the next couple weeks.
But it gets even wilder. The UFC reportedly agreed to pay Jon Jones what they're calling "foo money" for this fight, breaking their own pay structure just to accommodate him, and yet he still might walk away. That's the kind of power Jones commands within the organization. He isn't just making statements. He's waging full-scale psychological warfare on social media, using every post to rattle Dana White, Tom Aspinall, and the entire UFC fanbase. Jones's latest posts are a masterclass in mind games, turning this saga into one of the most dramatic storylines in MMA history. So, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more breaking updates and exclusive UFC news. Thank you for watching.